Hey all, Hibber here. So it's Azur Lane time again, and of course that's a wonderful thing, my favorite time of year. So let's have a look what's available in the shop, because obviously there's a lot of stuff that you can buy, and if you are so inclined. Just make sure you remember that there's nothing new on offer, right? These are the same commanders that's been available at different times over the last 4 years. So as long as you understand that, then let's get into the business here. So we start with the first combo at 38,500. I don't know. It's without Azur Lane Atago, it's a little bit of a hit and miss really. And in general, when it comes to the combos, I would say don't buy them. Pick up the individual commanders that you really want, because there's no way you're going to be able to max all these commanders anyway. So it's better just to be a little bit selective and pick the ones that you really like, because you can buy them individually, which is awesome. So 5,000 doubloons, and you can pick exactly the commander that you want, and you can focus a little bit. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get them all, but it's a lot of money for all of them if you don't have any already. And of course, on top of that, there's also the ships. There's really only 2 of these ships that are worth even considering, and that's one of the reasons that I don't really think the combos are good value, because you get a lot of, frankly, useless ships, just lobbed in for free, I guess. Skins, well, if you like them, you can buy them. I wouldn't. I would just, use my own skins or camos, really. So let's just quickly go over the commanders here, because I said there's nothing new. These have been available for a long time, and we already have many videos on them. But Baltimore, obviously, if you like agile cruisers, she's probably one of the most important commanders to pick up, but only if you like agile cruisers. Montpellier is average, like she works really well as an incoming fire dispersion build, but I'm not sure it's worth the money. New Jersey, I'd say, is a must if you're a US battleship player. She is an absolute must. We'll get to that later. Azuma, also average, like she really only works with a few Japanese cruisers, and in my opinion, not really worth the money. Yukikaze, kind of fun, but below average in my opinion. Shokaku, also unnecessary, really, not one you have to get. Fuso, absolutely unnecessary, don't get her. Belfast is also a silly commander, good as an inspiration, but as a primary commander, not really, because you're losing a smoke. Nelson, a definite must-have if you play UK battleships like Collingwood and or Nelson, pretty much any of them. Neptune, below average, I wouldn't get her. I think she's too situational, really. Hood, I wouldn't bother with her. I would just stick with the standard commander included in the game for free, because I don't think her perks are worth anything, really. Same thing with Queen Elizabeth, not worth it at all. Graf Spee, average, she's possible buy, because you get good detectability, but it's situational as well. Hibber, I wouldn't get her. I would stick with Müller as the standard commander in the game. Scharnhorst used to be good. I wouldn't get her anymore. Rune, only pick her up if you are into agile cruisers, because it gives better turret rotation and rudder, but only for that reason. Dunkirk as an absolute must-have, probably the best Azur Lane commander in the game, so if you play French battleships, absolute no-brainer. Saint Louis, below average, useless almost, I think. Really only good for a few cruisers in the game, and even then, Chapayev, I wouldn't go for her. I would instead go for a different Azur Lane commander, which is the next one coming up here, which is the Aurora, and I will get into more detail on that later. So she's above average, but she's still not really a must if you ask me. Vittorio, the standard commander is better, so don't bother with her at all. So getting back to Aurora here, if you pick her up, or you're thinking about picking her up, you should pick up the ship Azur Lane Chapayev as well, because the ship is really good. You get very good HE penetration on your shells, and if you combine that with Aurora, you're gonna have a really nasty HE ship here. You're gonna get very nice penetration, and Aurora also gives you faster reload as opposed to the Chapayev commander. So that's why I would go with Aurora. And if you put Ru on as an inspiration, like I have here, then you're gonna get the same HE damage as you get with the Chapayev commander. So have a look here. We have almost the same HE damage as a Targo, except we have half the reload and way many more guns. So yeah, an absolute insane AT build here. So that's one option, right? Chapayev, one of the ships worth buying. The other one is Azur Lane, New Jersey, and of course, if you buy the ship, you should get the commander as well, because these two go really well together. And of course, you can use Azur Lane, New Jersey on any American battleship, and she works really well. Like you see here, she does 15% more damage on Citadel strikes, and any shell that travels more than 10 kilometers does extra damage as well. So look at this one here, 15,000 AP shell damage. It's just ridiculous. So absolutely, yeah, a must-have. So which must-haves does that leave us with? Well, the first one is kind of a must-have, Aurora, but you should only really get her if you want to do a nasty AT build on the Russian cruisers, right? And there's only a few she works well on, like Ochakov and Azur Lane Chapayev. But New Jersey is an absolute must-have if you are, you know, serious about this game, because she's really, really good on American battleships, and just absolutely a no-brainer. The next one, Nelson, here is also very important to get. Her Big 7 skill here increases your damage on your British battleships by crazy amounts. So she's a must-have in the game if you play those ships, right? But the most important commander, I think, of all the Azur Lane commanders is Dunkirk, because she allows you to switch shells almost instantly in your French battleships. And that's pretty much almost an overpowered skill, if you ask me. So a must-have, right? Baltimore, if you like agile cruisers, she is a must-have as well. If you don't really care about agile cruisers, do not get her, because she's not a good primary commander, right? And Rune, also, if you like agile cruisers, you should get her. She's not a must-have, but you should get her. If you don't like agile cruisers, don't bother. So that's my opinion. And if you are gonna watch this video and you're just gonna buy one commander out of all of them, I would say Azur Lane Dunkirk for the French battleships. It's hard to find a better commander than her, really. So if you only buy one, get her. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.